Did you take the car through the car wash?
Yes, oh yes, I took the car through the car wash. Do you want proof?
What? Oh, my goodness, what happened to you?
Well, I drove in, put the money in, and then I noticed I'd left the radio aerial up.
Oh, don't sit down. Oh, you're soaking.
I did know that.
Oh.
I'm also waxed to a showroom finish. Not bad for 40p, is it?
You left the aerial up?
Yeah, right. Now, you'd have to be pretty quick to get out of the car, shove the aerial down, get back in the car before the thing started.
You would?
I wasn't, so... God, those brushes don't half tickle. Great big brushes looming at me, coming closer and closer. Now I know how teeth must feel every morning.
Still, you... Well, it could have been worse.
How?
Could have been me.
Luckily, the attendant had the presence of mind to throw me a bar of soap.
Well, you better get your clothes off.
This is no time to think about sex. I've lost half the buttons off my fly. I'll say one thing about these shoes, though. They're completely waterproof. Haven't let her drop out.
Can I borrow the hairdryer?
I'll get it for you.
Thanks. You're completely soaked.
Ah, you don't miss much. It's your mother. She spits a lot when she's talking.
What happened?
Oh, all right. I tried to keep this from you, but I am the underwater flasher. No duck is safe when I'm
That's
around.
quite enough of that. He went through the car wash.
Shouldn't he have taken the car?
I like to be different.
His whole family likes to be different. Your Uncle Willie drives on the pavement to avoid the traffic.
You got a few weirdos in your lot. Your sister, with a long playing tongue, fastest gums in the West.
Don't you be rude about my sister.
Her mouth is so big she can whisper in her own ear. Your mother, she once asked me what size tie I wore.
Well, I'm normal. I think I must be adopted.
No, we found you on the doorstep. Maybe a bottle of milk.
Dear.
I think I might get a proposal off Dave tonight.
You're too young to get married.
Oh, it'll be nothing to do with marriage.
Oh, yes? Stay still.
He's been coming on really strong lately. Letters, chocolates, flowers.
And they all work.
They might if he wasn't so hairy. I'm sure he shaves his nose.
When I first met him, I didn't like him. But after I got to know him better, I couldn't stand him.
He's a good dancer. He can really move. He makes John Travolta look like the Statue of Liberty.
After you with hairdryer?
Just finished.
Good. That's a nice nightie.
It's a dress.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ah, you're not going out in it.
Yes. Why?
Well, it's sort of, I mean, you can see things.
Only if you look.
Well, your mother wears more than that in bed. Where are you going?
Dancing.
You'll be moving in it.
Like a whirling dervish.
Oh, yeah, Susan, has it ever crossed your mind that some men might get quite excited by the moving bits?
That's the whole idea.
Oh, now look, I know I'm not exactly switched on.
True. If anything, you've been unplugged and had your fuse removed.
I used to quite like dancing.
You couldn't dance. You quick-step to everything. Slowly.
That's where I met you, in the Locarno. The shy, quiet wallflower, afraid to speak.
But I soon brought you out of your shell.
And the sharp, sophisticated teddy boy. Drainies, brothel creepers, bicycle chain behind the velvet collar. Nice.
Bicycle chain?
I couldn't leave it on my bike. Someone would pinch it. I had a moustache in those days, gingery moustache.
It was bright red. The first time I saw you, I thought your lip was on fire.
Remember our first dance?
Yes. It was a tango. Well, I tangoed, you quick-stepped.
We had the floor to ourselves.
It's true. Nobody else fell over.
I did go to a dancing school once. The instructor put her hand on a rather intimate place.
Your wallet.
My wallet. 10 quid for 10 lessons. I took one. They gave me a chair to dance with. I don't know how much the chair was paying.
Probably twice as much. It had 4 legs.
I gave it up when the chair started leading.
You certainly never learned to turn. We used to waltz straight out of the exit and into the pub opposite.
You think that was an accident?
I get police station, desk sergeant speaking.
Dudley, I need that colour page for the animal.
I see, sir. And when did the accident happen?
What accident? Dudley?
We seem to have a crossed line, Duncan.
Don't give me that.
Get off the line, sir. You're obstructing the police in their duties.
Operator here. Who's speaking, please?
10-ton truck, loaded with steel girders, yes. Squashed like a fly, you say? Dear, dear.
Flight 204 to control tower. Got a madman on board, I'm afraid.
I'll send a mop and bucket along.
Holding a flamethrower on the stewardess.
No cause for alarm, sir. Your colour page will be ready in the morning. I'll bring it round myself.
Over and out. Ha, ha, ha.
Hello, Dudley. Hello, hello.
Switchboard, can I help you?
I want it here on my desk, and you don't get paid until I've had it. Now, you understand what I'm saying?
I shall report you to the supervisor, you filthy beast.
I'm having an early night. Coming?
Not just yet. If I'm not there by midnight, start without me.
You're waiting up for Susan, aren't you?
Susan, she's nearly 18. Do you seriously think for one moment that I'd be sitting here to... Yes, I am.
Why?
Because it's a well-known fact that 98.76% of all seductions take place on the front doorstep. And there's only one known way to stop it. A father putting out milk bottles.
The gospel according to Dudley.
Exactly. Your father used to do it to us. I'd just be starting to fumble with your interesting bits. And he'd fling open the front door. I swear he could hear buttons being undone.
You didn't get away with much, did you?
It'd be easier to smuggle Dawn past a rooster. Ah, she's home, I think.
I've already put the milk bottles out.
Do we have a cat?
I think there's somebody knocking at your front door.
From the inside?
Oh, good evening. Just putting the cat out. My word, is that the time?
Yes.
I thought so. It's getting late. To be standing out here, shivering. Much better to be in a warm bed.
Oh, I'm all for that.
He's been saying that all night.
Sensible lad. You young people need your rest. We'll say good night then.
Just a sec. Do you fancy the pictures on Thursday?
Sorry, washing my hair Thursday. Good night. So, did you have a nice evening?
Well, let me put it this way. He took my mind off inflation.
Have you? Breath fresheners. Have you been drinking?
Only teensy-weensy little double vodkas.
I have just helped your daughter into bed.
She's done something bad, has she?
What makes you say that?
You called her my daughter.
We had a big row.
Yes, I know, I heard. I stayed out of it. Arguing with Susan is like trying to blow out a light bulb.
I had to say something. She'd been out drinking. 17.
Well, she's often had wine.
This was the hard stuff. Vodka. I blew my top. I rose to my full height, looked up at her, and really told her off.
Good. How did she take it?
Oh, fine, fine. Fine, yes, there's no problem. It's just that, well, first thing tomorrow, she's going to join the army.
Say hello to Duncan for me. And don't play in any puddles on the way there.
I'll see you later.
Oh, just a minute. Cufflinks.
It's a button cuff.
Oh, you never wear those nice cufflinks I bought for you.
I will. I'm going to have my wrists pierced.
Good morning. You look quite smart. What happened?
I dressed him, that's what happened.
I'm her own personal action man. Plead with me not, for I must go. The war awaits, and so the foe. No tears, no sobs, no mournful sigh. Just wish me well and say goodbye. You haven't got 10pence for the bus, have you?
In your top pocket. And no climbing trees. Now, I want a word with Susan. Is she downstairs?
No. First thing this morning, she went to the recruiting office.
Come in.
Guten Morgen, Herr Obersturmbannführer.
I had the telephone supervisor up here this morning.
Ach so. Lovemaking in the office? Du bist ein Stag? I have here Barney's the Bionic Bulldog mit color.
She threatened to cut off my extension.
Das ist gut. It will help purify the master race. Now then, have you der Lunchen mentioned?
Lunch? I haven't got time for lunch. Look at this lot.
Nicht sein Problem. Gibt mir ein Envelope. Danke. Watch carefully. At no time will my hands leave the ends of my arms. So. Now the name? Obersturmbannführer Thomas, correct?
What are you doing?
We place this in the out tray. So. It will be back tomorrow, but you have dealt with it for today. Tomorrow I sort out the railways. Come, I will take you to the Café Royal.
Yes, but what about... the Café Royal?
Shut up!
Café Royal.
Café Royal, Royal Café, what's the difference?
A hell of a lot.
It's a good place to eat. 20,000 flies can't be wrong.
They must come here to commit suicide.
Listen, lorry drivers, no, mate. And how many lorry drivers have you seen eating at the Café Royal, eh? I often eat here. Afternoon, Sid. How have you been keeping?
Bert. Sid's my brother.
Oh, yes, of course. How is he these days?
Dead.
Good. Dead?
Died 7 years ago.
So you often come here, do you?
Well, perhaps not that often. This is Knuckles Muldoon. He just got out. GBH. Hasn't tasted a bacon sandwich in, how many years was it with remission?
Can we sit down?
I'll bring him over for you, Knuckles. Don't you worry.
And 2 mugs of tea.
Coming up.
What did you do that for?
I like tea.
Not that! Why'd you make up these stupid names?
I do it to annoy you.
Rubbish, you do it to annoy me. All right. All right, you said you wanted to talk. What about?
Susan wants to join the army.
She does? Marvellous. It'll make a man of her.
That's what worries me.
Listen, she will love it. I was in for 20 years.
Truth. Sorry, Knuckles. Tea.
If I'd have had a son, I'd have been delighted if he joined up.
Ah, but a daughter's different.
If I'd have had kids, I'd have had sons. Just a matter of willpower.
Actually, you never married, did you?
No. No, I was 2/3 married once. I was there. The clergyman was there. But she didn't show up, so it didn't count. If anything, I was married to my Sam Brown.
I didn't think they allowed that sort of thing.
It's a belt. Only 2 of us was allowed to wear it. RSM Blair and myself. I was the hard man. He was a softie.
Yes?
Yes. When we had boiled barbed wire for breakfast, he used to put sugar on his.
I don't think Susan is too serious, but we had a big row, you see.
Oh, Susan and you?
Yeah, she'd been out drinking. 17. Well, we had an argument.
I remember when my father caught me smoking. Abdullah. That was a cigarette, not my father.
With you.
You know what he did? He took me into the front parlour and gave me a special big cigar. Might as well do it properly, he said.
And you smoked it, sick as a dog, never touched them since.
No, I loved it. Asked him for another one. He belted me all around the house. But the theory is correct.
Yes. Yes, I see what you mean.
Here you are, gents. You'll enjoy that, Knuckles. I've been inside myself.
Have you?
Forgery. I was making big money. Quarter of an inch too big.
Sorry to hear about your brother, Sid.
Yeah, that was sudden, like food poisoning.
Home is the hunter.
A four-letter word found at the bottom of a bird cage ends in IT.
Well, it's obvious, isn't it?
No, doesn't fit.
Grit.
Oh, yes. Well done. Did you see Duncan?
Oh, yes, and he gave me the answer.
You're going to get drunk?
No. I'm going to give Susan the opportunity to drink. I mean, what is the main attraction of forbidden fruit?
Is it something to do with the common market?
The fact that it is forbidden. I shall invite Susan up here, and she can knock back the whole bottle of vodka if she wants.
Well, she'd be sick.
Exactly, and with a bit of luck, it'll put her off it for life.
So you're not going to join the army after all?
Certainly not. They only have one colour in their uniforms. And they have separate barracks for the men. Right lot of spoil sports.
You could always pretend you were a man.
They might notice the difference in the showers.
Ah, but who'd tell?
True. I've decided not to join the army.
Oh, good. You wouldn't have liked the food. For punishment, they give you seconds. Tell you what, let's have a drink to celebrate.
What? Yesterday, you were moaning at me for drinking.
I could have been wrong. You'll be 18 in a few months, and you might as well get used to it. Sit down. Vodka?
Yes, all right.
I don't think this is a good idea.
What, a father and daughter having a little drink together?
I'm going downstairs.
I prefer scotch myself. Well, bottoms up.
Cheers.
Once he gets a bee in his bonnet, there's no stopping him.
They must have been drinking for hours.
He has. She hasn't. I emptied out the vodka and filled the bottle with water.
You didn't.
Oh, yes. He's not going to get my daughter drunk. Running flush.
Anyway, Dave told me this great way to tell male chickens from female chickens. Not that it's important, except perhaps to another chicken, but it's a useful thing to know. More scotch?
Never know. How do you tell male chicken from a female chicken?
Well, you get a bucket full of worms, see, and you put them in front of the chickens. Then the male chickens will eat the male worms, and the female chickens will eat the female worms. Simple.
Oh, that's very good. And how do you tell a male worm from a female worm?
I don't know. I'm a chicken expert, not a worm expert. Isn't that good?
That's incredible. And how do the worms... Excuse me?
Oh, dear.
Good morning. Wakey, wakey! How's your head this morning?
I'll let you know when I find it. My hair is aching. Every single hair.
You feel bad, huh?
I'll be all right once I've lathered and shaved my tongue. Did I sleep on this?
Well, not so much sleep. You passed out on it. What is it? What is it?
I moved my eyeballs.
Let me see your tongue. I shouldn't put that back in your mouth. You say that now.
Oh, the noise. I found it.
What?
My head. It's up here, surrounding my headache.
I'm not surprised. We got through a bottle of whiskey last night.
I was trying to keep up with Susan. She was knocking back that vodka as though it was water.
Yes. Well,
God knows how she must feel this morning.
Oh, never again.
What?
Oh, my head. I shall never drink again as long as I live. If I live.
No?
Never. I've really learnt my lesson. Oh, do you have any aspirins?
In the kitchen.
Thank you. Oh.
See? It worked.
Yes, dear.
It was all worthwhile. I'm going up to bed.
Just before you do, there's something I've always wanted to know.
What?
When pink elephants get drunk, do they see little men?
Stop that ringing! Yes.
Dudley, good morning. I've just dug out my old army photograph album. Thought Susan might like to look through it.
I think she's suffered enough.
Oh, yes. Yes, how did it go? Just a second. Yes?
I've been thinking. Perhaps
Yes?
I was a little hasty reporting you to the supervisor yesterday.
Reporting me to the... Ah, yes.
Take me, you brute.
Dudley, would you tell this woman that I thought it was you?
What?
It was all a mistake, you see. He'll tell you all about it.
Hello?
Who is this?
I'm Miss Dryfold. I'm on the switchboard here.
Ah, yes. You're the one he's lusted after for years. Yes. He's a bit shy. Don't take no for an answer.
No. Let's be adult about this, Miss Dryfold, please. No. Dudley!
Touch lucky there.